Hello and welcome to my channel. This video took some time to make and wasn't planned. Last year I have subscribed to the Scrawlr box for 3 months and reviewed those boxes. I then forgot to unsubscribe and ended up with further 3 boxes for the months of October, November and December. So instead of making individual reviews, I decided to just do one big review. As Scrawlr often have sales on and sell previous boxes, you might be interested in one of these boxes. And with this explanation out of the way, let's open these boxes. Okay, let's see what we have in this month's box. This is the October box. Okay, this is going to be watercolors, I think. So we've got a palette, plastic one. I prefer ceramic. I've got quite a few ceramic palettes. Then we have, it's going to be interesting to see what kind of colors or what brand. Jackman's Art Materials, crystalline or crystalline watercolor. Interesting. This is like brushel. So this is Midnight Violet. Then we have turquoise, or turquoise as we say in German. Then we have grey violet. These are interesting colors. I do like turquoise a lot, and violet. Then we've got a sticker. It's a nice coloring. Then we have a water brush from Derwent. Got a few of those. And what's this? It's a mister. So yeah, it's like a spray bottle. Looks like you can create a lot of really nice effects with these watercolors. Reminds me a bit of working with alcohol inks. Will be interesting to see how these react with water. What else have we got? We have, of course, the Scrawlr magazine. Let's have a look. Here you can see the contents. Someone is shouting in the street. Sorry about that. So this month's artist is Emily Wassel. Then we have some tips how to use them. Oh, I really like this. This is a really good box. Just playing with colors is fun. That's from last month or a few months ago. And then we have, okay, so we've got the challenge for this month is loose leaf. Yeah, so that's the magazine. This is this month's artwork. This looks quite lovely. Loose florals. So Emily is from the UK. And then we have a watercolor pad. I've got quite a few of these now in A5. It's actually a nice size when you just want to work on a quick painting. This has got 10 sheets and it's cold pressed. So this is in the October box, and I will play with them in a bit and test these. Yeah. See you in the next scene. The price for the Jackman's Art pigment powders is £13.49. The Derwent water brush retails at £10.19 and the Derwent clear spritzer is priced at £5.20. The small plastic palette retails at £2.49 and the cold-pressed A5 Scrawlr box watercolor pad is priced at £3.99. The total value of this box comes to £35.36. Okay, for some reason my second attempt didn't work out well because I think I forgot to press record. So now I'm trying to show you this again, probably with a few variations. See, so first I wet this page. I won't use this brush much because I don't like working with it. Because you can only use one color if you work with these. You have to clean it very thoroughly. Let's wet it a bit more. So what color should I use first? I think I go with this one. Maybe not use my fingers. Look at this. This is quite dirty, isn't it? Quite stained. I hope I get that off later. Why not try this? Let's add a different color. And the turquoise. Where should I put that one then? I think I use a bit too much. This is all pigment. I think I'll get rid of some of it. Because you can keep this in this palette. When it dries, you can always reactivate like any other normal watercolor. I think the trick is not to overact the pudding here and not to do too much. So maybe just use two colors instead of all three, and maybe a little less water. I think this takes practice until you get the hang of what works well and what doesn't work well. You can also mix colors here, so try this next. See how it works if I mix a bit of this. Ooh, this looks, I don't know, there must have been another color in there that's gonna be muddy. Let's put it here. A bit of this turquoise. Ooh. Slightly different green, but not very much. I think the turquoise is actually quite overpowering here. What happens if I use this and a little bit of this? Just a very intense purple. So you can mix it, but I don't think you can improve the colors. I think the colors as they are quite nice to use. And I will do a final one. Let this dry again. And maybe I just use 2 colors in the next one. So, yeah, so this is the first one I tried, just to get the hang of it. This was the second one, when unfortunately the camera didn't work. It's almost dry. So in this one I just want to use 2 colors, and I am using, what am I using? I think I'm going for Midnight Violet and Turquoise. I think I leave it as this. I can show you the one from last scene, which was I think this one. So this is how it looks dry, or semi-dry. It's still a bit wet. It's not my favorite, I have to say. This looks quite interesting. And next I will have a proper play and see if I can come up with something for the challenge, which is called loose leaf. So I might actually use a fine liner as well. I have to see what I can come up with. So this month's challenge was loose leaf. And these are the paintings I have created with this prompt. I also used fine liners. As you can see, some of these paintings got too dark because I used too much pigment and they were not very successful. I like the effect of the powder on this painting. And here are my experiments from earlier. Overall, I really enjoyed playing with the contents of this box, and the pigments are beautiful, but you have to be careful with them, as a little really goes a long way. They're very strong colors. So this is the November box. So what have we got here? Pastels from Faber-Castell, soft pastels. Sticker and a Faber-Castell kneadable art eraser. I've got quite a few of those. A lovely sweet. This is actually for eyeshadow, so this is probably for blending. Then we've got an Faber-Castell Goldfarber HB pencil and a Derwent pastel pencil, titanium white. I have no experience with soft pastel, and so this is a new medium for me. I've got some pastels but I haven't used them, but these are really nice. Yeah, these are some lovely colors here, if I can get this off. Then we have the magazine, as usual. Tells you everything about the content, this month's artist. techniques. Okay. Some tips. Gallery. And the November challenge was Dreamcatcher, or is Dreamcatcher. By the time this video will come out, obviously, that November has passed. Okay, Dreamcatcher. Not sure about that. I sometimes really struggle with the prompts. So this is a hand study by, oh dear, okay, DUSD, dust, I don't know, okay, it's unusual name, very expressive hand, and this is I presume a pastel pad. It's quite small, which is good if you want to just practice in it and test those paints. And that's it. This is the November box. I will try out those pastels. I will have a go at the challenge, and if I can't think of anything for this challenge, I just paint whatever I like. The Faber-Castell Creative Studio Soft Mini Pastels retail at £12.99. The Derwent White Pastel Pencil is priced at £2.15. The price for the Faber-Castell Goldfarber Graphite Pencil 2B is 99 pence, and for the kneadable eraser it is £2.49. The Daler Rowney Murano Pastel Paper Pad is priced at £3.99. The total value of the box is £22.61. So these are all 24 colors, and I don't know what the colors are all called, but they have provided us with a leaflet with tips and tricks in various languages and a color code, which corresponds with this. So I have to figure out what colors I actually have in this set, which I will do later. But let's have a look what they look like on this paper. So this is pastel paper, and it's not white, it's off-white. And I'm starting with this blue. And don't worry, I will speed this video up, or this scene rather, because I know how boring this can get when you watch people swatching. I have never worked with pastels before, so this is quite a new medium for me. I do have a few pastel sets, but haven't really used them. Only used them for polymer clay. Hello, Max. Max just came in. You're saying something? Don't jump up. Please don't jump up. You will, don't you? Yes, you will. Ah. And here's Max. Sorry about this. Go off, come on. the problem when you have very nosy kittens. It doesn't maybe look like a kitten, but it is still very kittenish. So what I noticed is you get very dirty hands. It's quite messy. This is a black. Of course, you can rub this with a paper stick, or they use you can use this. This was in the set, well, in the Scrawlr set. If I try this just with this blue, so here you can basically smooth it all out and blend it. This is some sort of grey shade. Looks quite similar to the black. So this is how my fingers look, quite messy. And I will label this now, so I have an idea what the colors are called. And we'll show you the end result of that in the next scene. Matching the numbers and the colors took a while. It's a bit of a faff, and I wish they would have labeled it properly on the box or here on the tray. And it's also very messy. It's not going to be a medium I quite enjoy, I think. Have to see, have to play around with this. But here we go. Here are the colors. So we have orange glaze, rose, fuchsia, violet, blue violet. Then we've got ultramarine, cobalt blue, light phthalo blue, cadmium yellow lemon, white, black, cold grey 6, I think, yeah, cold grey 6, cold grey 2, cinnamon, cream, light yellow ochre, sanguine, burnt umber. Then we've got deep cobalt green, grass green, light green, and cobalt green. The Scrawlr box also had a Derwent pastel pencil in titanium white and this Goldfarber pencil by Faber-Castell. This is a 2B. Let's try this out. Behaves like a normal pencil. Quite useful because you can never have enough pencils. And I tried this earlier. You can barely see it on this paper, but the white is there. It probably works better on darker paper. The prompt for the November challenge was Dreamcatcher. I couldn't really think of anything I wanted to paint with this prompt, so I just painted this cute dolphin. For blending, I used the eyeshadow blender that was in the box. Overall, I thought that the pastels are of great quality and that the colors in the set are versatile. However, I need to spend more time using these pastels and actually learn how to use them. They are very messy, which is a downside of the medium. So this is the December box. I had to wait for it for a while because they forgot to send it to me. So I ended up contacting them via Instagram to let them know that I haven't received my box. They responded very quickly, to be fair, and I received the box just after Christmas, I think. Anyway, let's have a look what's inside. Ta-da! Ooh, that's nice. That's a Derwent box. Derwent make really nice colors. But I got the feeling, do I have this already? Tinted charcoal paint pen set. No, I don't think I've got this. No, I don't think so, which is great. I'm building up a little collection of Derwent paints. Oh, we've got a sticker. This is, let me see, this is a Uniball Signal pen in gold. So I will swatch that later. What else have we got? Then we've got, oh, a pin, a Scrawlr pin. Oh, that's sweet. I think it's to celebrate the 100th box. I think they mentioned something on social media about this. And what else have we got? We need something to paint on. Oh, that's quite nice. I like those. So chocolate coin. Quite appropriate, as this was supposed to be the December box. So then we have watercolor postcards. Oh, great. They're actually too nice to just waste on simple things, so I have to make sure I make an effort here to produce something I can send off. Then Scrawlr zine, let's see. Can you see that? Oops. Not sure if you can actually see this. It's quite dark today as well. So the artist for this box is Clarissa Grandi. Here's some tips on how to use the colors. And what have we got here? So, oh, okay, the monthly challenge is tessellate. No, not sure what to make of it. I don't even know what that means. Okay, so let's read this. This month's box is inspired by the mathematical musings of our featured artist, combining creativity and geometric constellations into one world. Okay. Use your supplies to connect the dots and experiment with radial balance, even if that means breaking the rules, to form your own intricate overlapping waves and lines to pave together your Scrawlr challenge. Yeah, well, see, I have to see what I make of this. Tessellate is actually a really nice song by All J. Now there's a little tidbit for you. Okay, I'm going to swatch this now and try to paint with it. Oh, so this is the painting from this box artist. Okay, have to see what I make of this. And that's this month's box, or the December box, and the final box I received. The Durban Tinted Charcoal Paint Pen set is vegan-friendly, refillable and has 12 colors. It retails at £29.99. The Uniball U120 Metallic Gold Gel Pen has a 0.8mm tip which draws a 0.5mm line. It is waterproof and fade-proof and priced at £2.49. The 10 hot-pressed watercolor postcards have a weight of 300 GSM and retail at £2.49. The total value of this box comes to £34.97. So these are the other Derwent sets I've got. This was also in a Scrawlr box, the Graphitin paint pen set. Then I have this pastel shades paint pen set. Then I've got that was also in a Scrawlr box. And then I think I bought this. I also reviewed this, so you can check that out on my channel. And what these paints have in common is once they're dry, you can't re-wet them. They're just permanent. I'm not sure about these. I think they're non-permanent, and what makes these so special is that they have charcoal in in it, and they're supposed to have quite interesting effects. So let's have a look what kind of colors they have here. Dark moss, forest pine, driftwood, mountain blue, ocean deep, thistle, glowing embers, burnt earth, natural, dark and white. So on this sheet of paper they don't really look that much different to each other, the paints, so it's going to be interesting how they look on watercolor paper. Okay, so I filled this with water, although I don't really like using these. Let's have a quick go with one of these paints, just using these. See if I've got enough. So this is dark moss. I'm not sure if you can see this. Looks like a grey of sorts. Let's see if I can get a bit more paint out of this. I'm using just a normal brush. That's a bit too dry. Dry brush effect. So I think these are not really permanent. Let's try a different color. So the next one is forest pine. Then we've got driftwood. It's a bit darker. So these are, to me at the moment, look very similar. Not sure how they will look when they're completely dry. So we've got mountain blue. Yep, that has a little bit of blue in it. Let's get some more pigment in there. Takes a while to get all the pigment in. Right, there you go. It's a little bit more blue. Next one is ocean deep. Oops, the wrong one. thistle is this one. This looks a bit more purplish. Glowing embers. Expect this to be on the reddish side. Well, more like a brown. Burnt embers. Burnt earth. Need a bit more pigment here. Takes a while to activate these. This is called natural. Oops, I'm in the wrong one. This is called dark. So more like black. You might notice that these pens dry very quickly, so there's no wet puddle on them. So this is quite unusual and very different to normal watercolors. But these are not normal watercolors. Let's try the white, which you of course won't see. So I will do that on once these have dried, or I will. It's more of a grey here. I will use them on a dried bit of color to see what the white will look like on top of it. So these are all the colors when they're wet. I will let them dry and show you what they look like when they're dry. I just thought I'd experiment a bit and play around with these colors to see what I can do with them. So if I just put this on here, can I mix these? I don't know. Let's have a look. Not much to mix them with. So this is the mountain blue. Can I mix this with, I don't know. Let's try this color, glowing embers. Can we mix this? Let's try ocean deep. Mix in some white. Doesn't seem to do much. Let's try this again. Makes it a bit lighter, doesn't it? Let's try sponge effect. So this is wet and wet. This is dry, I think. Let's have a look how it works if I put some white on top. It works. How it looks. No, this doesn't really work. I think I might have to use a darker color maybe. This is the darkest color here. I will let this dry and then I will try the white again. So this is now dry. I actually used a hairdryer to speed things up. And try this again. Now you can barely see this. So anyway, this is how the colors look like when they're dry. I must say they look very different from this little inset. Probably because it's not printed on watercolor paper. I will have to label this so I remember which is which, and yeah, don't know what to think about at the moment. They're very different to watercolors. It takes a while to activate them. That's my first impression. Have to see how I can use them. And before I forget, I have also got this to test. So this is a gold, is it a jelly pen? Gold, metallic. Right, let's see if I can. Oh, this is really nice to use. It's a very, very fine pen. I don't know, does it say? No, can't see it anywhere. If it's a 1 point, doesn't matter. It's quite a fine line, very smooth. I think it works quite well with some of the colors, like this one. I can't remember which was. I think it was mountain. This is mountain blue, I think. It pops quite well out of the blue, doesn't it? Okay, I will have a go at the challenge, tessellate, to figure out what to do with that, and we'll show you the result. The prompt for the December challenge was tessellate, so I decided to draw a lot of circles and use the jelly pen for the outline. When the pen is not dry, you can actually move it around with water. While this is certainly a high-quality set of paints, I find the colors rather muted and I'm not sure how often I will use this set. The content of all 3 boxes was of high quality, and it was fun to play with these art materials. However, if I would have to choose my favorite box, it is actually the October box. I love the watercolor powders as they are so vibrant and you can experiment with them. They are perfect for mixed media projects. It would be interesting to see what other colors are available of this brand. If you want to explore different art supplies, then a Scrawlr box subscription is definitely worth it. I hope you found this video informative and useful. If you have a question, please feel free to leave a comment. And if you want to support this channel, you can do so by liking, sharing and subscribing. You can also donate via PayPal. The link is in the description. Thank you for watching. Happy painting. Until next time.